Welcome back, everybody. And this is where we talk about the real big lesson of this whole entire episode of Iesu, which is your mentor is your mentor for a reason. Yeah. Again, Reigen, the person who you would the least unlikely. This is the whole yearbook type thing. Reigen's the least person to be considered a mentor. To me, anyway. I've listed the reasons in the video before. And even others look at him and would be like, why you? Yet Reigen has actually taught Mob a number of different things, which really do showcase his maturity, even though he doesn't look it on the face. Again, Reigen is the person who's like a clown in terms of just being funny, goofy, and whatever, but he actually has the heart of gold and has amazing skills to back it up and loyalty. I'll start with the whole claw episode where obviously Mob's brother gets pulled in by this rogue esper agency. Now Mob has to go along with obviously a friend to go rescue his brother. And they're fighting. Obviously a bunch of psychic battles happen, cool scenes. If you watched it, amazing stuff. Yet at some point they do get captured and placed in a room, both Mob, his brother, and Mob's friend, where none of them can use their esper abilities within that room. So Mob is out of luck, and they said, I think the group said they're going to wait till the boss comes. Obviously the boss is the top esper for this rogue organization, Claw. Mob has no trick. He can't just go 100% because the room seals the psychic abilities. So guess who comes to save the day? Honestly. That's right, you're 100%. Reigen. Reigen shows up in a basic car. With this basic suit. And I do respect that of Reigen. So everybody, your mentor also, how they dress can also be a skill. Reigen actually wears a suit, which makes him look a lot more respectable, which I do respect. It shows him as a businessman because he actually runs an agency dealing with spirits and paranormal activities. So Reigen shows up in this suit with so much confidence, the same confidence that he took that hit. Well, he was able to not flinch from that hit from the ghost before, as mentioned. With that same confidence, Reigen actually goes into the Big Claw base with so much daring that the henchmen there actually think he's the boss because they had heard the boss was coming. The only person who didn't know about this, well, not the only person, but Reigen didn't know their boss was coming. So when a guy in a suit who's confident walks toward the base, they're like, boss, is that you? And he doesn't correct them. So now they're like, well, he must be the boss because there's no way any other person would come here at this time with this confidence. And they literally walk him into where Mob and the others are being kept captive. And Reigen is so confident that he now actually gets them to feel shame about like, why are you capturing children? And even when the other claw, the top claw elites show up, Scars, I think they're called, he is actually like, hey, leave these henchmen, let them go. I'll take it all on myself. And they're like, I'm like, what the? Reigen sounds so altruistic. I mean, who wouldn't want a leader like that? So that's a huge one there. Again, your mentor is your mentor for a reason. Now, as the fight kicks off, this is whole esper domain. Reigen's salt throwing skills and massage skills don't mean anything here. When Mob is on the back foot, as in they're being beaten, and Mob is about to go the full 100%, which obviously means he's going to overdo the power scale here, or at least just go over, I guess over limit if you want to say. Reigen mentions to him not to do it the first time. And it's like, huh? But Reigen, if he does this whole thing's over. Then when he now sees another scene again when his friend's being beaten, and he's like, oh my gosh, I have to do this. He's getting ready to, to go the full cycle, from one cycle. And then Reigen just hits him and says, you don't have to take all this on. And then he tells him the craziest thing, which How many senseis would say that it's okay to run away? And Mob's like, huh? Yet in him saying that, he actually helps to cool down Mob's spirit. In terms of Mob just getting heated as to, oh, like it's all on him, the pressure. He helps alleviate the pressure. And then you see a person who gets to cut Reigen down, only to now realize that something amazing is happening here. As they'll explain in this scene right here.
使ってたなペテン師集団め出してみろよさっきの黒い玉なんて数だ大丈夫なのか大人に任しとけなんか体の調子がいいなやっぱり師匠はすごいな
逃げてもいいその言葉を聞いた瞬間モブの中でいびつに膨らみ爆発したエネルギーは行き先を変えていた人の言葉が与える影響は時折計り知れない力を持つ者は戦わなければならないその責任がモブの橋を崩していたしかし誰かがそっと手を伸ばすだけで心の解決につながることがある結果一時的にモブの持つ全エネルギーがレーゲンに丸投げされた実質逃げおおせたのである晴れやかな気分で心にあるのはただ一つ死への感謝
So this here, everybody, is the immense power of mentorship. In that, even the mentee can transfer their power to the mentor to help them in a time of need. And as you can see, Mob did this subconsciously. He didn't actually think about this. But he had so much trust with Reigen that for him it was not an issue for all of that. So again, when Reigen told him to run away, as was explained, he said, okay, I will step back. I'll give my powers to you. You run the show. And as you can see from how Reigen was running the show, again, with the same confidence, did he even know his powers went out? Or he now had abilities. Yet all these other espers are like shocked, like how the heck is he doing all this? And now Reigen is now the one, as an adult, who can take on this whole fight because he doesn't feel the pressure that Mob's feeling. And he keeps mentioning that point that kids shouldn't be getting into fights that adults should help them with. Or at least something along those lines, which shows how much he cares that as much as he may not be an esper like Mob, he also believes adults should take responsibility. So you can see how he knocks each one of them left, right, and center. As in, to the point where even that gravity orb technique, he knocks it back. And then also, when Reigen starts to speak as to bringing them into reality, to say, hey, you're also great in everything, so how did I beat you? Which was a shocker. God, their heads are spinning, because they can't deny that he broke our guy here's sword, knocked out the illusions, destroyed the actual yokai-looking thing there, and was able to take on those orbs. So their eyes are like, how is he? But there he is. And he literally just used words. Everybody, that's probably one of the most amazing abilities. To use your words to conquer your opponents. Especially even the point where he said, you have all these props on you, yet they serve no purpose. A mentor can point that out. Probably a friend could also point it out, but what do you do with that information? Again, your mentor is your mentor for a reason. Reigen, being Mob's mentor, I'm not even sure Mob made it as a conscious choice, yet Reigen is the person who Mob needed. Reigen's not power hungry. He's not seeking to use Mob for any nefarious purposes, and he actually teaches Mob things that Mob actually needs to learn, which also help Mob to grow on his own. I think a big one here, especially in this age of toxicity where the idea of toxic masculinity is a thing, Reigen actually taught Mob something, which when he had to fight the female esper who could actually harden her fists, as in the psychic energy in her fists, to harden it to be able to break and destroy things. He actually mentions something that's bothering him about that point of he doesn't want to hit her. And then it's almost like she's like, why are you underestimating me? She's getting annoyed by it until he's saying that his mentor told him that guys who hit ladies are the worst losers ever. And her face is like, huh? Everybody loves a gentleman in the making. That statement alone is huge. Since when did Reigen teach him all this stuff? Again, to me, if you have the right mentor, your mentor is a mentor for a reason. I mean, look at the few things I've listed here that Reigen has been able to teach mom over time. And now let's bring it back to you. So if you have the right mentor, they don't have to be as powerful as you. They could even be younger than you, for all you know. But are they teaching you things that are helping you grow? Are they saying things that cause you to now look into your heart and say, okay, Jesus, how can you help me in this? Jesus is also a mentor, because if you read about his life in the Bible, he'll show you how to truly become who you're meant to be, because you couldn't do that on your own. You know that. So now, that point I said, your mentor is a mentor for a reason. Your mentor doesn't even have to be someone who's alive right now. The question has to be is, what is that exchange, the interaction with Jesus, his word? How is that changing you? How is that transforming who you are? Are you even open to mentorship? For some people, Jesus doesn't look powerful. Yet if you really look deeper, you'll see that soul power and spiritual power is not about muscles. And again, bringing this back to Reigen, it's that your mentor might not be who you expect, but is that mentor causing you to be challenged, to grow? Some others might say, this person doesn't look it. They're this, they're that, they're whatever. But if you have a mentor and you know you're growing tremendously because of this person, him or her, you know that you can actually say this lesson, that your mentor is a mentor for a reason. Yeah. That's pretty much it for the lesson for this one. We're going to kick it off with the next episode with this amazing character here from this obviously amazing anime series. Green ears, harsh sometimes, but really a fair, almost father figure-like character. Would I say sharp teeth, lizard-like? Okay, sorry, that's too many clues. It's Piccolo, obviously. For all the DBG fans out there, Piccolo is an amazing mentor. We're going to dive into his mentorship of Gohan and what are the things that make him such an amazing mentor. So stay tuned for that, and spread the word, tell a friend if you found this helpful. Say something in the comment section, and until next time, have a good one. Peace.